Come here.
Come on.
Come on. Good girl. Want to see it? Good. Okay. Angel is a dominant female, and she never backs down from anything. If something's happening, she will be like a fireman. She'll go into the fire while everybody else is running out, kind of thing. One day we were doing Poochie Pilates, which is something we do in the bed every day, and Johnny was rubbing Angel's belly, and he came across a lump, and he said, "Hey, oh my gosh, there's a lump."
It shocked me. It floored me.
Yeah.
And seeing something like that it takes the breath right out of you. Even thinking about it right now, it's very jarring. You don't know what to think. You don't know what to do.
So we took her to the vet, and they gave us medication in case it was an infection or something like that. And they did a test. Test came back negative for cancer. So we waited 2 more weeks. The lump never went away. We took her back, they tested her lump again, and then it came back positive for lymphoma.
At that point, she referred us to a specialist that could do the staging and treatment if we chose to do that.
Lymphoma is the most common cancer that we see in our dog, and is also the most responsive to chemotherapeutic agents. We talked about remission times and prognosis, and that the fact I was not going to cure Angel with chemotherapy. I had a 80% chance of putting her into complete remission, and that complete remission time would be somewhere average of 9 to 12 months. But at some point, the cancer was going to come back.
Obviously, we wanted to do whatever we could, so then Johnny said, you know, is there a cure?
Yeah, we were kind of hoping for a cure.
That's when I offered them or told them about Dr. Steve Suter's bone marrow transplantation at North Carolina State University. And at that time, they had about a 30% cure rate. So the only cure I could give them was a bone marrow transplant.
It cost $16,000, and we would have about 7 months to raise the money.
We were broke to start with. I mean, it was...
to be honest.
Really, we put our wedding together ourselves. We paid for everything, so we thought we'll wait on the rings and things like that.
And we'll do the honeymoon afterwards.
Then Angel was diagnosed with cancer, and so anything extra we had, thank God there was something extra from Johnny's job that we were able to afford the chemo.
I think it was when I was at work on Monday that I called up Christy and I'm opening up a checking account. We're going to call it Save an Angel. We're going to get this thing going, and we're going to raise the money.
We ended up doing the full 25 weeks of chemotherapy, and at about that same time, they had acquired through fundraising events the money they needed for the bone marrow transplant. According to Dr. Suter, at the 6-month mark after the bone marrow transplant, if she was still cancer-free, they considered that a cure. But we only had about a 30% chance that we were going to get to that point. And Angel was lucky. She's one of the 30%, and here we are, almost 3 years out from the date I met her.
We would just be sitting there talking about it, talking about her story, and someone would just come up and hand us money. And even after Angel got back, just because they wanted her to succeed, like everybody wanted her to make it. Out of all of the hundreds of dogs that come through the clinic that die from lymphoma, Angel's the one that actually had the chance to make it, and she did.
The donors are really what make the difference. If it wasn't for them, Angel wouldn't be alive.
So then we said that we were going to give back. If we could save Angel, we would give back. And so that's what we've done.
Their fundraising efforts ended up creating a non-profit organization called Save an Angel. And Christy is just phenomenal in her efforts.
It's not just the quality of life, it's an actual life, you know? We have life here. She's still alive, she's great. You know, it was a lot of work, but it was really worth it. So maybe not everybody has to go through all of that work now that we've kind of done some of this. Maybe it will help other people to raise money more easily or to get bigger lines of credit or, you know, whatever.
And it changed our life forever.